float up. Hey there, Stronger Together family. You are at Get Fit with Rachel, and you're not going to leave because today we are going to turn it up with one badass leg workout. So, don't go anywhere. We're doing the damn thing. So the first workout, we are doing a laying, I went back and forth because I can never say anything right. So we're doing a lying ham curl, right? Just like if you were on the bench. The difference is we are going to be kneeling and we are using the cross cable. Yes, you can do this with a dumbbell if you don't have a cross cable machine. The biggest thing that you need to make sure that you do is put your body in the right position. So make sure shoulders are stacked over wrists, they're not out in front of you, nice tight back, and we really want to make sure that we have that pelvic tilt, nice tight glutes. We don't want to be here. Our hamstrings are not going to work properly, and we don't want to hurt that lower back. So once again, shoulders are stacked over wrists, nice tight core, pelvic tuck. From there, heels together, and just bring that cable up towards your butt, nice and controlled. Whoo, baby! If you start automatically hip hinging, that lets you know the weight is too high. We're going to be doing 3 sets at 12. Turn it up. Next up, we have goblet squats. All right, so progressive overload can come in a few shapes and forms. Number one, obviously weight, progressively getting heavy, working towards more weight as you go. Another way we can do is progressively making the move harder. First one, goblet squats, body weight, for example. Second one, now you use the cross cable machine. Third one, you can use a band while you're doing your goblet squats. Nice and tight up to our chest, nice tight back, strong core, toes slightly pointed outward. We want to make sure our weight is in our heels, mid-foot pressure, and truly sit into the move. Keep that chest high and press up through the heels. Alright, now we were talking progressive overload and a few forms of how that might look. So, we just did goblet squats. Now I've taken a thick band, I put it right above my knees, and I'm going to do a goblet squat again. This is going to create more tension in the leg. Once again, nice and high to the chest, tight back, tight core, toes slightly pointed out. I want to make sure I'm directly over the cable, not back on this one. Not back on this one. Directly over the cable. So once again, we're going to use that progressive overload, and we're going to start with just your curtsy, cross cable curtsy. Then we're going to get a box and perform them with a box. That'll put us at a deficit and make it a little bit harder. So when performing this, make sure Back is tight. You don't want to be tugging on your shoulders at all. Back is tight, tight core. My weight is in my heel mid-foot pressure. And when I go to put my leg behind me, I make sure that I'm truly seated into the movement and pull out. Make sure as you're exploding up, you're pressing through the legs, not pulling with your upper body. Talking progressive overload in many shapes and forms. We're still doing that curtsy at the cross cable station. What we're going to do is make sure we have tight back, tight core. We start on top of the box. Allow your body to go down. Weight is in that heel mid-foot pressure. Body is nice and lined up. Spine. Tight core, and pull up, pull up through the heel mid-foot pressure. So remember, these are going to help with your glutes, that glute medius, as well as really getting into those hamstrings and of course quads. But the main focus is going to be right all in that glute medius.
Get that fat ass.
Get that fat ass. So this next one, you've all seen it on the internet. The only difference is we are using the cross cable machine. We are doing a sumo squat. We are going to be doing it two different ways. We are going to do 2 sets at sumo squat and then 2 sets at like a sumo deadlift squat. So the difference is one is just more of a wide squat. Biggest problem that I see is people just sitting into it. You need to make sure you're pressing into the ground. I always try to think that there's a ball of paper and I need to flatten it, so pressing into the feet away from you, as well as that will help create keeping tension in the legs, as well as truly sitting back into it versus just hip hinging and sitting into it. So remember those. I need to make sure the back is tight, the core is tight. Remember, we're not going too wide on this one. And I want you to get that weight in the heels, kind of sitting back into it, pressing into the heels, and press up through those heels, squeeze the glutes. I don't want that upper body doing any of the work, it's all lower body. the tempo high. This is going to really help work those inner adductors as well as, once again, get those glutes and hamstring. All right, ladies, we all know why we're here, right? You want to get that big fat ass big and juicy. So not only is the last movement going to help, so is this one. Now I want you to think big and wide, just like if you had your plate in front of you, same exact thing at the cross cable machine. So big wide stance, toes slightly pointed out. Once again, pretend like you got that paper and you gotta flatten it. Nice tight back. Allow that weight to go down. Keep tension in the legs. Do not relax into the movement. Keep tension and explode up, pressing those legs away from you. Now, as you're coming up, you're going to squeeze your glutes as well as those quads. As you can see, my legs are much wider on this one. Got it done though. Sometimes you just gotta sand it.
I'm still gonna send it.
All right, next up, I'm sure you've heard of this, a Romanian deadlift or stiff leg deadlift. It works your hamstrings as well as the bottom of the glute and the upper hamstring, which is great. None of us want pancake ass, old man ass. So this is gonna really help sculpt that booty as well as define those hamstrings. The difference is we are going to do that progressive overload on making the movement harder. So I want you to start out with 2 sets at 12. Romanian deadlift, stiff leg deadlift at the cross cable machine. On our Romanian deadlift, make sure you have a nice tight back. Weight is in my heel, mid-foot pressure, slight bend in those knees, soft knees. I'm going to allow my booty to go back, big stretch cycling, and press up through the heels, squeeze the glutes. My upper body is just I'm allowing it to go forward. It's not doing any of the work. So get some tension on that. Booty goes back, press up through the heels, squeeze the glutes. Alright, now that you just got done with those stiff leg deadlifts, Romanian deadlifts, now we are going to do a trailing foot deadlift. So you are going to get a bench or a box. Once you get that, you're going to go single leg, opposite arm, nice tight back. Allow your foot to go up on that bench. Make sure your hips are not teetered. Keep them nice and aligned. My weight is in my heel, mid-foot pressure. I'm still going to go back into my glutes, my heel. So think booty goes back and then squeeze up. Now it may kind of look like I'm allowing my arm to do the work, but my upper body stays totally still. It's kind of like a teeter. thank you so much for getting fit with Rachel. That's me. Rachel. No, thank you so much for getting fit with Rachel. If you like this channel, make sure you subscribe and like it. We want you to come back, we want you to have fun, and we want you to learn all about that fitness greatness, because we are what? Going to get stronger together.